So, I'm alone today, but I wanted to talk about deaf people and employment and discrimination. A lot of people have asked me questions, wanted me to talk about the topics, so I thought, sure. An important thing I wanted to let you know beforehand is I'm only talking about myself and what my experience is. Everybody has different experiences, so don't assume that what I say applies to everybody. It's kind of a touchy topic to talk about concerning discrimination. I experience that every day, especially when it comes to employment. My first job when I was 14, and I was living with my family, and I've worked many different jobs since, lots of different types of jobs. And I've worked with a hearing only environment and a more deaf environment as well. And I've noticed, especially during the interview process, that's when you face the most discrimination. Because when a deaf person comes in and they realize that you're deaf, automatically that's one strike against you. That's your first impression that you're deaf. And that means that you can't, or you can't talk on the phone, you can't do this. They don't think about what you can do. They don't think about the talents that I have and the experience that I have. They just automatically look at all the things that I can't do. So that means I have to work even harder to convince them that I'm qualified and, I'm worth it, even though there might be some disadvantages. And maybe those disadvantages actually can become benefits depending on the situation. So that's an area where you face discrimination the most, the very first thing. Another thing is talking about using an interpreter. From my experience, I rarely get an interpreter for interviews. Really, that's because most of the time I've worked, I've worked with small companies, local businesses, places that can't really afford or would understand the concept of getting an interpreter, going through an agency, and that whole process. So, well, for example, if I'm like, hey, you required me to get an interpreter, they're like, oh, well, that costs money, that's costing me money. And that means that I decided to just go ahead and, read lips, write things out, communicate in whatever way, and showing them that I can communicate without an interpreter. If it's a large corporation, then understandably, they probably, they want diversity, they're looking for that. So there's a higher chance that it would be okay getting an interpreter and they understand ADA law. But even that, still, there's some companies that kind of, see that as a negative. It's just another cost for them, it's money. So that's another big issue. Really, you have to educate them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of communication and diversity. We all need that. All companies need diversity. So, it's one thing that was interesting. With the deaf grassroots movement, the DGM, I think that's the sign for it. I've seen two different ones, but I really applaud them. And they're encouraging people to talk with local governments and talk about rights and changes to ADA, and considering the high rate of unemployment within the deaf community. And I don't know the exact percentage, but I know it shows there's a variety, and really it's almost impossible to get an accurate statistic, but it's clear that there's a high number compared to what the national average is, and it's become a severe problem. So we need to do something to change that, because a lot of people, they are qualified, they're talented. There's just one thing and they can't hear. That's it. It's just one small thing. And that's something easily we can fix with different communication tools. It's really that simple. A lot of people don't realize that. Whew. Really, from my experience working in a hearing environment, it's been fine. One of my most favorite experiences was working in a pizza place. I worked as a delivery driver during high school. And in that environment, I think there was maybe one other deaf person that was like a cook, and I was a driver, but everybody else was hearing. And they were all from different cultures, different cultural backgrounds. Not everybody could speak English. Some could, some not so much. So it was really diverse. So we had to try and figure out how to communicate. And it was really easy. We found a way. We figured it out. We know your role. You know your role. Everybody knows how to work together. And it ran smoothly. Every once in a while there was a hiccup, but all work environments have that. Nothing out of control. Everything was manageable and it went fine. And I loved that experience. It showed that no matter what backgrounds you come from, how you communicate, or even having different languages, you can still find a way to work together. You just have to understand how to compromise and have patience, and you'll be fine. That experience really made me think and be confident in myself that I can go into any interview and show them that I can communicate. No worries. We can figure out a way. I can show them what I can do. I can show them my experience and hope for the best. If not, then move on to the next one. And that's happened with a lot of deaf people. It's all about networking and having confidence in yourself and showing people that you can do it. Showing people different communication options. I'm confident there's other ways we can communicate, whatever it is. And when you show confidence, then they show, oh, well, you're not nervous, you're confident in yourself, and so then they have less doubt. It's interesting. Well, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today, just kind of giving you my experience. If you guys have experiences facing discrimination and struggles, leave a comment of what your experience is. How did you overcome that? Or what are some, approaches that you have that were successful? Leave a comment. I would love to read them. So, everybody out there, deaf, anybody looking for a job, good luck. You can do it. You can, and I believe in you. So, if you like this video, please click the like. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please do so and subscribe. We always appreciate you guys subscribing, and check out our Patreon page. If you'd like to support us, that would be great. We'd appreciate it so much. Thank you. We always love and cherish your support. All right, take care. Whether you like it or not, it's true. Media is the most visible thing. The most visible technology, I'd say, within our society and throughout the world.